Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Canada Travel and Immigration. We hope you are doing great. In today's episode, we'll talk about the ways to move to Canada without IEL. Are you looking to move to Canada but don't want to take the IEL? If so, you're in luck. With the right immigration plan, it's possible to move to Canada without the IEL. In this video, we'll explore 5 ways you can make it happen. From a Provincial Nominee Program to the Caregiver Program and more, there are many options for those looking to move to Canada without IEL. Stay tuned to learn more about how you can make your Canadian immigration dream come true. No IEL is required. Number 1. One way to move to Canada without IEL is to apply for a tourist or visit visa. These types of visas allow individuals to stay in Canada for a limited period, usually between 6 months and 2 years. This can be a great option if you are looking to move to Canada without having to take the IEL exam. Before applying for the visa, you will need to prove your citizenship status and provide proof of adequate financial means to support yourself while in Canada. Fortunately, no bank statement is required and the application process is relatively straightforward. When applying for a tourist or visit visa, it is important to understand the different types of visas available, as well as the requirements for each type, depending on your country of origin and the length of time you plan to stay in Canada. Number 2. Finding a job before you move to Canada is an excellent way to make your move easier. There are several options for finding a job before you move, such as finding a job through a Canadian employer or applying for a specific type of visa that allows you to work in Canada. If you're looking for a Canadian employer who is willing to hire you before you move, there are several resources available to you. You can search for job postings on sites like Indeed or contact a Canadian recruitment agency to help find a job that matches your skill set. To be eligible to work in Canada, you must hold a valid work permit or Canadian citizenship. If you don't want to wait for an employer to hire you, you can apply for specific types of visas that allow you to work in Canada. These include the International Experience Canada Visa, Working Holiday Visa, and Self-Employed Visa. Each of these visas has its own set of requirements and conditions, but most require no bank statement and usually provide quicker access to Canadian employment. With the right resources, research, and preparation, you'll be ready to begin your new life in Canada with confidence. Number 3. Family Sponsorship Visa. This type of Canadian visa is available for those who have family members living in Canada who are willing to sponsor them. Generally, these visas do not require IEL and no bank statement or proof of employment. Family sponsorship visas are typically divided into 3 types: spousal, common law, parent, grandparent, and other families. Spousal and common law visas allow married couples or those in a common law relationship to bring their partner to Canada. The parent, grandparent visa allows Canadian citizens or permanent residents to sponsor their parents or grandparents to live in Canada permanently. The last type, other families, apply to any other relative that does not fit into either of the 2 categories previously mentioned. Several eligibility requirements must be met for your application to be approved. These include the financial requirements, which demonstrate that the sponsoring relative will be able to provide financial support for the applicant for the duration of their stay in Canada. In addition, medical and criminal background checks may also be necessary, depending on the visa type. Number 4. Applying for the Canadian Provincial Nominee Program. The Canadian Provincial Nominee Program is an immigration program that allows provinces and territories to nominate immigrants to settle in their region. This program allows Canadian provinces and territories to select, recruit, and retain foreign workers, entrepreneurs, and international students who can contribute to the local economy. If you are looking for ways to move to Canada without IEL, this may be the best option for you. The provincial nominee programs offer a range of options and advantages over other visa types, including no bank statement requirements. If you have the right skills and experience, you may be able to get a Canadian visa through a provincial nominee program. Each province and territory has its immigration program tailored to meet its specific labor market needs. There are also specific visa types under the Provincial Nomination Program, such as the Canadian Experience class, which allows skilled workers who have already worked in Canada to stay permanently. If you are considering applying for the Provincial Nomination Program, it's important to research each program carefully to ensure that it's right for you. You should also be aware that there are application fees associated with each program. It's important to note that while the application process may be shorter than other visa types, the approval process can still take several months. Number 5. Get a scholarship from Canadian University. If you're looking to move to Canada without needing an IEL score, getting a scholarship from a Canadian university is one of the best options. Although most universities require an IEL score for admission, there are some which do not. This can be especially helpful if you don't have enough funds to cover tuition fees and living expenses for the duration of your stay in Canada. Some scholarships may even come with visa sponsorship, meaning that you may not need to apply for any additional visas to stay in Canada while you study. Be sure to research the visa types offered by the university before applying for a scholarship. That is all we have for today. We will keep you posted with the new updates. Keep following and growing. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.